The notion that vaccines are propaganda and actually make you weak and sick is a concept that has been widely debunked by the scientific community. Despite the overwhelming evidence supporting the safety and efficacy of vaccines, some individuals continue to perpetuate this myth, often citing misinformation and unverifiable sources. It is essential to examine the claims made by these individuals and address the misconceptions that have led to the widespread dissemination of false information. One of the primary arguments made by those who claim that vaccines are propaganda is that they contain harmful ingredients, such as mercury, aluminum, and formaldehyde, which can cause a range of health problems. However, numerous studies have shown that the levels of these ingredients in vaccines are extremely low and do not pose a significant risk to human health. For example, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) has stated that the amount of mercury in vaccines is less than the amount found in a can of tuna, and the aluminum in vaccines is equivalent to the amount found in a single antacid tablet. Another claim made by anti-vaccination advocates is that vaccines are ineffective and do not provide adequate protection against diseases. However, this claim is refuted by the overwhelming evidence demonstrating the efficacy of vaccines in preventing outbreaks and controlling the spread of infectious diseases. For instance, the vaccine for smallpox, a highly contagious and deadly disease, was instrumental in eradicating the disease worldwide. Similarly, the measles vaccine has been shown to be 93% effective in preventing measles infections, and the flu vaccine has been shown to reduce the risk of hospitalization due to influenza by 40%. Some individuals also claim that vaccines are responsible for the increasing incidence of autoimmune diseases such as autism and multiple sclerosis. However, extensive research has failed to establish a causal link between vaccines and these conditions. The CDC, the World Health Organization (WHO), and the National Institutes of Mental Health (NIM) have all conducted studies on the potential link between vaccines and autism, and none of these studies have found any evidence to support this claim. Furthermore, the argument that vaccines make you weak and sick is not supported by scientific evidence. In fact, vaccines have been shown to stimulate the immune system, providing long-term protection against infectious diseases. By introducing a small, harmless piece of a pathogen or weakened form of a pathogen to the body, vaccines prompt the immune system to produce antibodies and immune cells that can recognize and attack the pathogen, thereby preventing infection. It is also worth noting that the concept of herd immunity plays a critical role in protecting vulnerable individuals, such as those with compromised immune systems, from infectious diseases. When a sufficient percentage of a population is vaccinated, it prevents the spread of diseases, thereby protecting those who are unable to receive vaccines due to medical conditions or other factors. This highlights the importance of vaccination not only for individual protection, but also for the protection of the broader community. In conclusion, the notion that vaccines are propaganda and actually make you weak and sick is a misconception that has been perpetuated by misinformation and a lack of understanding of the scientific evidence. Vaccines have undergone rigorous testing and have been proven to be safe and effective in preventing outbreaks and controlling the spread of infectious diseases. Rather than relying on unverifiable sources and anecdotal evidence, it is essential to consult credible sources such as the CDC, the WHO, and peer-reviewed scientific journals to make informed decisions about vaccination. By doing so, we can work together to protect not only ourselves but also our communities from the devastating consequences of infectious diseases.